6 a.m. right now. We just woke up and now we're driving to where?
Changhua.
Oh, okay, so we're going to Changhua to see what?
Cow.
Okay, yeah. We're going to like the ocean side, like a beach, and apparently there's cows there and you can like pick oysters or do something. We're not sure. This guy like planned the entire trip. He says it's really cool, but we have to see. So right now we're driving. We're driving down from Fengyuan down to Changhua, which takes around an hour. We're all a little bit sleepy, but excited to see what it'll be like. Ethan planned this entire trip, but didn't give us that many details. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's possible that Ethan gave us a lot of details, but my Chinese just wasn't good enough to understand. Yeah, I'm pretty sure now that's exactly what happened. When you see windmills in Taiwan, that's always a sign that the ocean is close. We eventually arrive at the temple, which is where we're going to meet up with the rest of the group. There are a lot of other people here for the tour as well, not just our family. So we arrived at the temple, which apparently is like the place where we have to wait. Now we're waiting for like the car. We're all gonna pile into a car, I think, and then head to the ocean, which is where like the cows or something are. Yeah, I'm not really sure what we're doing, but I think it's gonna be cool, so I'm definitely gonna keep filming. Before we get into the cars and head to the ocean, we all need to put on these special shoes. I think it's because we're gonna be walking out into the ocean. These are by far the strangest things I've ever worn on my feet in my entire life. Now that we all have our cow shoes on, we pile into the cars and head off. Within seconds, we find ourselves on the edge of the ocean. We're heading out to their oyster and clam farms, which would normally all be underwater, but because the tide is so down right now, they will all be out in the air. We drive deep into the coastline for around 15 minutes, before finally arriving at the spot.
With我们这个帅哥走，好不好？哈，哎，跟我们这个帅哥走，哈，沙雕鹅，好不好？哈。
We park and break off into groups. I follow Sherry's dad Bob to farm some oysters. We use old rusted knives to cut the clumps of oysters off the farm and collect them in a metal basket. The next step is to break them into individual pieces. What do you think so far?
Cool. It's a beautiful place.
Yeah. I'm still getting used to these shoes. I guess the shape is supposed to emulate cow feet. From far away, this place just looks like a flat ocean bed. But if you look up close, you actually can see life everywhere. Okay, so we finished picking up like the oysters, and I think we might cook the oysters, I'm not sure. So yeah, I'm not sure what we're gonna do, but it keeps getting more and more interesting. I'm not sure what to expect, but yeah, I'm enjoying it. At this point, they let some people ride the oxen. In the past, these fishermen would rely on them completely, but now they tend to use motor cars more often. They did a few laps before letting the oxen rest. Then we begin preparing to cook the clams and oysters that we gathered. We put the clams into a pot to boil, and the oysters over a fire to cook. Not long after, everything is ready. The clams are taken from the salty soup to be served to the group. And the oysters are pulled off the grill and cracked open for us. It's the freshest seafood you'll ever get. Truly a heavenly taste. My only regret is that I didn't try the raw oysters that they were giving out earlier. After finishing what we gathered, we begin to pile back into the motor cars and head back to the temple. Once back, we take off the cow shoes and they hose us down. Okay, so now we just got back.
Yeah.
And we're going to like a seafood restaurant. And is it like, it's like a famous place, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna go there and he's gonna introduce us to like the best food he can find.
Yeah, let's get it.
Let's go.
我是差不多先生，我的差不多是天生，代表我很天真，也代表我是个贱人。这差不多的人生，总在见缝插针。
Oh, okay. Wow. That was awesome. In just a few moments, we arrive at the restaurant. They take us back into their kitchen to decide what to order. They have all types of fish, clams, and oysters available. The latter two were more than likely farmed at the same place we were just at. Here's what we ate. Vegetable noodles with clams, gigantic prawns, squid soup, fried oysters, and fish soup. Nearly any restaurant this close to the coast is guaranteed to have extremely fresh ingredients. And that comes across in the amazing flavor. After lunch, we head over to the grass barrier to see the river on the other side. The river itself is actually a disturbingly black color. And now he's gonna go drive us home. so I'm really kind of scared. I don't know what's gonna happen. We head off the bridge and back into the car to go home. Today's adventure was a lot more amazing than I expected it to be. I never did anything like that before. Ethan is actually a really good driver. I actually managed to fall asleep on the way back, which is something I rarely am able to do. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe for more adventures. And apparently, ice cream and oysters is something that exists here. So, there's that.